What's up, everybody? Welcome to BioS 3 Raw TV. As you can see by the new background, I'm actually not going to be in the same place filming videos as I have been for the last 3 years. Some things have changed, and I'm now living in Virginia, in Fairfax, with Aaron. Hi, Aaron. So you'll be seeing this background for a little bit until I moved into the office, and then I'll have a new background. So this is the deal for now. Now, the first video we're going to make here in the new BioS 3 headquarters, as she giggles in the kitchen over there, is the BioS 3 headquarters, is a really cool video that I saw about Lee Priest that he put up on the Sam's Fitness channel or whatever it is. And Lee apparently was addicted to, I believe it was Percocet, like oxycodone. And I've watched the videos that Sam puts up all the time. And, you know, I know Lee had been into a car accident, injured a nerve in his neck, which goes down his arm, which actually atrophies the arm. He hasn't been able to train, had surgery, etc., etc. And the doctor put him on painkillers. And there were a few videos I was watching, and as you know, Sam was talking to him, asking the question, you could see Lee going like, he would like close his eyes, and I'm like, wow, he looks pretty fucked up. And I thought either he's in a serious amount of pain, or the painkillers that he's taking are causing that effect. Now, the fucked up part is, you know, I know what I'm seeing because I had the same problem with the painkillers. So a few weeks goes by, and next thing you know, Lee puts up a video that he went into rehab. And I said, fuck, I said, I knew it. So I watched the video, and all of a sudden, there's Lee with the life again in his eyes. So, like, when you see somebody on drugs like that, it's like they have no soul. It's like they're lost to the fucking world in their own mind. And all of a sudden, there was Lee back again. You know, his eyes were bright and wide. He was, you know, wisecracking the jokes and shit that, you know, he was sharp, he was on point. And he said flat out that he was on the painkillers, and, you know, he was taking them for a little while. And then he realized, you know, he didn't need to take them anymore because he wasn't in that much pain. So he stopped trying to take the painkillers. He noticed that he got sick. He got withdrawals. He started to go through withdrawals. And immediately realized that, you know, this is withdrawals. This is what it is. And he needed help. And immediately went into rehab. Now, I don't know if it's just Lee's personality. I don't know if, you know, it's just a way, you know, get it fucking done type deal. A lot of people wouldn't have done that. A lot of people would have just tried to ride it out, tried to get off the drugs themselves, went back on them, had this fucking giant mess. And right now in America, there's a huge prescription drug problem. There's actually a movie called Prescription Thugs coming out by Chris Bell soon. That I believe it was like 80% of sales of Oxycontin in the U.S. were illegal sales, were for illegal use. They did a study when they were talking about how they changed the Oxycontin from the pill that can be turned into a powder when it's crushed to where it turns into like a gel that can't be injected, and they lost like 80% of their sales when they changed it to that, which means that 80% of their sales were going to drug addicts that were using it not by taking the pill, but either sniffing it or injecting it, which is just fucking ridiculous. So, you know, I watched the video and I listened to Lee talk, and I said, you know what? I wish that they took this video and put it fucking like all over the place for whoever. It doesn't even fucking matter for people that are drinking, people that want to get off, even something stupid as fucking weed. They can't, you know, they don't think it's a problem. So that they can see even like somebody like Lee Priest, who a lot of people look up to this guy. You know, he's a hero to a lot of guys. Some people dog him, whatever the case may be. But you can't, you know, as far out as some of these theories are, and, you know, the tattoos and shit like that. Tattoos, I'm on completely sleeve tattooed, I'm talking about tattoos. But immediately he was smart enough to know that he couldn't do it himself. Like immediately. And he didn't go through the ups and downs and the backs and forth and, you know, the fighting like, fuck that, I'm tough, I can do it on my own. He's like, fuck, I need help. And went into rehab. And then when he got to rehab, some people knew who he was. So it's like he actually got in there for himself and wound up helping some people in rehab that knew who he was, some people that didn't know who he was that he's now made friends with. And he now has people in, you know, that are friends of his in a different walk of life that really has... Here, Brady's squeaking his toy back there. What do you got there, buddy? You get your pig? He runs by with it. From a different walk of life who actually had nothing to do with bodybuilding, that could give a fuck less who he was. He was just another guy in rehab with them that, you know, couldn't get off drugs himself. So I don't know if Lee will see this. I know he's been watching a lot of YouTube stuff lately, like the Boston Lloyd, the Cali Muscle and stuff. Lee, I went through drug addiction myself. Thumbs up for knowing that you had to know, you had to get help right away, because it could have been a fucking ugly goddamn mess like what I went through for about 3 or 4 years. That went from Nubane to prescription drugs, which were Oxycontin and Vicodin, and eventually when those ran out, we went into heroin. Well, you know, it led to heroin, and you know, you got guys like Paul DeMeo who overdosed on heroin, a few other guys that, you know, went from the Nubane route into the heroin route eventually that died. And, you know, I think it's a positive message that Lee didn't hide the fact that he went to rehab. He didn't try to play the tough guy role and be like, nah, fuck it, those pills are no big deal. He told the truth, you know, and Lee's actually, you know, a lot of people may question whether, you know, he tells the truth all the time and stuff like that due to drug dosages, stacks and stuff. But the bottom line is he told the truth. You know, he had a problem. He knew he was hooked. He immediately went and got help, and he's actually over it, back in the gym training, and has that look of life back in his eyes that's missing when you're on drugs. If any of you have ever watched those intervention shows, it's the same shit. You see them on drugs, it's almost like they have no fucking soul. And myself, I've seen it in, you know, videos and pictures of myself back when I was on drugs. And it's almost like your life, you come back to life when you get off that shit and get your head straightened out. So I think that more people should watch a video. I think that Lee should spread the word even more if he can. You know, like, you know, get the word out more that if you have issues, or you think you have issues, even if you don't think you have issues, sometimes other people tell you have issues. Maybe you should look into it more, because that's a lot of times that's what's going on. So thumbs up, Lee. BiohazardTraining@gmail.com. Leave comments down below, but don't fight. www.biohazardtraining.com is a blog. It's the rehab if you need a bicep, and we're out.